Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is TAKARAONEA, or you can call me Teeks. It is whichever one that you would prefer to call me. Today I just wanted to kind of like go on like a little kind of like showcasing like my sewing journey, like showing you guys some of the things that I've made to kind of get you into action, like to kind of get you to like start your journey for sewing. If you want to be a seamstress, if you want to be a designer, if you want to be a tailor, like if you just want to learn how to sew so that way you can mend clothes, save money, you know. I wouldn't even really necessarily save money, but you don't want to always have to shop. If you get a hole in your shirt or something like that, you can learn how to sew it up yourself. Or if you just want to get creative and upcycle pieces in your wardrobe, make them more fresh, bring some individuality into your pieces, bring some creativity into your pieces, or you're just looking to learn how to sew as a hobby, like you want something that just you know you can just learn and challenge yourself. Sewing is definitely going to be for you. So I think a lot of people, and I really want to make a discussion on this, is like a lot of people think that sewing is easy. It's not. It's a journey. Like you're not going to make things right the first time. Sewing is basically engineering, okay? It's not like this little cutesy. If you're really sewing, like if you're a real seamstress, a real designer, somebody who really is like really into your craft, you know it's not just all cutesy dainty aesthetically. Like it's real deal. I probably make it look cutesy dainty, which I want to show the more like realer side to sewing as well, because I know when you're sitting as a woman, when you're sitting behind a sewing machine, people can just think, oh, it's so easy, you just sit, you sew, it's easy. No, sometimes you're fighting with the machine. Sometimes you're taking things apart and putting it back together 5 or 6 different times before you get the right piece, the right fit, the right vision that you have for whatever you're creating. So I want to just show y'all just the midst of my journey, because I feel like I'm still growing as a designer. I'm still trying to find like who I want to design for, what my signature is like. So I feel like when you're practicing and you're just kind of like creating different things, that gives you a chance to kind of experiment, see what you like, see what you love to create, see what you're good at creating. It's a journey, so I'm going to take you guys along on my journey. This is mostly some of the stuff that I've made more things in the past. Some things I've actually sold, so I no longer have it or own it. And yeah, maybe this will like give you guys just a little bit of inspiration, inspire you to take action, letting you know that your sewing is not going to be perfect. You guys will see there are pieces in here that I'm going to be like, I could have changed this, I could have did something different. None of this stuff in here is like perfect, and like I said, I'm still on my journey. So but it's my creativity, is what I've done, is some of the pieces that I've created out of other pieces from scratch, etc. So we're gonna start with like one of the first pieces that I've made, but it wasn't really sewing. So I just want to show y'all, like it's like a DIY piece. This is a DIY piece, and if you are an OG, I actually have the video still up. The video is still up. It's probably a little embarrassing, okay, but the video is still up, and yes, I still have these. It is my viral tights into top video that I created when I first got on YouTube, okay? I still have these. I have not worn them, but this was such a really good like idea, and it went viral, and people were like, oh my god, you inspired me to make these. These are the viral DIY tights into like a crop top. So this is the neck hole, and in the video I literally show you exactly how to do it, but these were the tights. I chopped off the bottoms, the footy parts, so that way you can put your arm through it, and then we created like this little triangle that created like this rounded neck hole, and then the bottom like really fits tight and snug, and it creates like this like crop top effect. So I might have to try this on to see if it actually fits me or not. But yeah, made this was no sew, so this was actually a no sew, but this is actually something that I started off making. So you can start with no sew and then kind of like gradually work your way in with your creativity to things that you need to sew. Like this is something that I probably could have hemmed, but I didn't. I just left it raw as is. But yeah, just playing with my creativity, because I knew, I was like, you know what, I really want to make clothes, I really want to be creative and like upcycle different things. So that was one of the like first upcycles I've ever done. Like I said, I do have a video on that. Okay, let me show you something else like in the past. Okay, I think I have a video of this on my channel as well. Most likely I probably do. I save a lot of the stuff that I've made. But it was just this very simple, and I show you how to make it. This very simple like little pencil skirts, and it is like a rib knit. I made this years ago. I actually, one of the like techniques that I had to do was actually put like an elastic waistband in, which I would create a like separate video on how to insert an elastic waistband onto like a waistband or onto like a skirt or something. This was stretchy material, so stretchy stuff is a little bit harder to work with. It's not like a beginner friendly fabric, I would say, but I did good for like my first try of like making a skirt from scratch. I believe I made this out of a t-shirt, so it already was like hemmed at the bottom based off of the t-shirt. I thrifted the t-shirt, and then yeah, I just made this like rib knit skirt. This was like popular way back in the day when, like, you know, Kim K was rocking like all the like neutral like rib knit stuff. I feel like I did a great job. I did put like a zigzag stitching in here. I probably could have covered that a little bit more. You know, my straight line on the back could have been a little bit better. I feel like this portion, I actually did a straight stitch on here. I probably should have did zigzag, right? Or did I do zigzag? I think I did a small zigzag. No, I did straight stitch, which probably should have been zigzags just so this can stretch more on the side. But overall, over good. This is like the only thing I would say that kind of like, it's like rigidy, but like I said, for my first try, first little upcycle into shirt into a skirt, I think I did pretty good. So that is another like upcycle that I actually did. I'm gonna try to link the video to that too. Y'all, please don't. I have a lot of stuff that I've actually upcycled. Okay, I want to show you some other things that I've upcycled that are kind of like no-so in a way. So these, I am OG, well no, these are not the first Levi's that I've actually upcycled. These were my first ever Levi denims that I actually thrifted. I believe I got these out of the boys section, I think, but these are the 517 Levi's. Literally, I've had these for so freaking long. If you've been following me on this channel, you already know these are like, have been a part of my wardrobe. I will probably never get rid of them. I keep these, and they're so cute on. They're like the perfect color denim. I will show you guys how to create your own like cut. Like if you guys want me to DIY, do a full DIY of like how to make distressed denim like shorts, I will, because I just feel like these are essential in everybody's wardrobe. I almost got rid of them because they were distressed, but I was like, I need to keep these. They are so cute, and because I love them so much, recently I ended up buying some more in the boys. These are the 5069s, I think, Levi's. So they're kind of similar, but just like a little bit of a different wash. And these were like loose straight jeans. But yeah, I made me another pair, and they're super easy to make. So that is like a no-so upcycle that I've actually done as well, which I still feel like plays a part in my like journey. So next, oh my god, I'm like scared to show some stuff because some stuff I'm just like, homegirl, what were you freaking doing? This, oh my gosh, this was on my closet recreations video, and I actually really want to run the closet recreations back on the channel, but this was actually a dress. The idea that I was trying to get out of the dress, which I should have just kept the dress because the dress was super cute, and I was trying to make like a cropped bomber jacket. Really, I was trying to make a bomber jacket. It wasn't supposed to be cropped, but it ended up being like this little cropped little, like, it looks like athlete jacket. You guys, this is just literally, you can tell, yeah, this has a lot of flaws to it. Like right here, I think I messed up, so I tried to like, it was too small, so I tried to like cut a piece and like add a piece in there. There's a lot of stitches coming apart. I use zigzag. This is kind of like a neoprene. So yeah, I did add like, I tried to add like that athlete like jacket kind of like sewing on the bottom, but it fit really tight. So it's definitely not a bomber jacket. I don't know what you could call this. It's like a little crop zip up jacket. I don't know, but I made this out of a dress. So yeah, I have that video. You guys can see what the dress actually looks like. But this is like a really just small crop jacket. I wouldn't even call it like a bomber, because bomber is more oversized. So yeah, this is just not that. But it is made out of like this neoprene, which I have like a kind of like a bomber jacket that is made out of this same material. And that's kind of like the idea I was going for, was I was trying to create that type of jacket from this material, like the blue one that I have. But I just didn't have enough fabric to work with. I think I kept messing up. And yeah, I didn't know what I was doing. I just wanted to challenge myself to try to make a bomber jacket. And this is what I got out of it. So yeah, that's the journey. That's the beauty of the journey. Just trying different things. So next, another horrendous project that I made. Which I don't... This was wrong. This was wrong. I tried to make like a slip dress. Okay, that was my concept, was to make these cute little slip dresses that everybody was making. This was the material that I had. I don't even know what this material is. It has like a suede in the inside. This is like a this is not even silk. It's like, I don't know, like a satin, but it's not silk. So this is the reason why it didn't come out like flowy like a silk dress should. So it looks like this, really way too short. It looks like it could be more so of like a shirt. I feel like I made this really, really short. I actually wore this, okay? But it was just way too short for me. But I really got, you guys responded really well to it. But for me, I just feel like now where I am now, like I can definitely, this is something that I definitely want to try to recreate with the right fabric. Definitely with the wrong fabric. My hemming was kind of off. Yeah, I used the zigzag stitch for the hem. I did kind of hem okay on the bottom. It just could have been better. It's very boxy, but yeah, it's giving more shirts. I don't know. It's a very short dress, but it's giving more shirts. I might still wear it, rock it, make it into a cute little outfit as a shirt with like some jeans or something. But yeah, this was, like I said, the straps could have definitely been better. Like now I have like a loop turner, like a strap loop turner. I did not have that. I did not know how to make straps. This was like my first time making straps. You see the edges are like, look like a dog chewed on them. There's a lot of imperfections on this that I feel like could have been better. But like I said, it was another one of my challenging myself just to like sew, push myself just to sew, even if it was not perfect. Like I was just gonna challenge myself, and I think that's what you have to do. You can't be scared to just let things look how they're gonna look, because they're probably not gonna come out perfect. Okay, now this one, I say it came out pretty well. This was one of my like first ones that I actually did before all those other two, and it was just this, I think I made this out of like an oversized shirt that I had got from the thrift store, and I just really loved the like Clueless print on this on the shirt. So I made this like Clueless mini skirt, plaid mini skirts, and I just thought it was so cute. It's giving like that preppy vibe. I made this some years back. I think I put this actually in my like OOTD back to school OOTD outfits video, because it was giving off that like school vibe, schoolgirl vibe, and I think I did pretty well. The zigzag technique on this could have been a little bit better, but overall it's really clean. The only thing I think I didn't do was do like the hemming on the bottom. I left it as like a raw edge, which I could have fixed that. Let's see the inside. The insides could have been serged, which I don't have. I don't own a serger yet, which I need to do. So if you're a beginner, you do not have to have a serger. Like I don't have a serger and I know how to sew. So yeah, but you can use like a zigzag stitch as your finishing edge to not make it look so homemade. But I could have done, no, I did a straight stitch, which is fine because this is not stretchy material. So yeah, I think it came out pretty well. And this type of fabric is easier to work with because it doesn't like move around or shift a lot like something that is stretchy. So yeah, I actually think I did pretty okay for that, which these are really easy projects to make. Like mini skirt, like skirts like this, like basic stuff where you're just using like a straight stitch or a zigzag stitch. Like that's the type of stuff that you want to try to create first. Okay, so next, oh my goodness, I was like a jumpsuit girl. Like I wanted to learn how to make jumpsuits. I thought jumpsuits were gonna be like my go-to like signature like as a designer, because I just had this like really weird obsession with like jumpsuits. I just felt like jumpsuits looked really good on me. They like made me appear taller as a short girl, and I ended up making this jumpsuit out of, I think, 2 dresses, a black dress, I think a black dress, and like an orange dress. And I wanted to do like this block pattern. It came out pretty good for my first time to make a jumpsuit. I think it was okay. It was okay. But I have a full video, closet recreations, on this as well. So the front is like orange, and then the back I actually had to do a zipper technique, which was very challenging for me. I feel like I did pretty good. These were wide leg pants. I hemmed them, and I added like this really cool stripe effect down the side. The only thing is I don't like how this has like this little right there, because I wish it would have just been one big stripe, but I had to like improvise. So yeah, on both sides I had to like cut it in half and yada 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 yada. But yeah, I inserted that. But you guys kind of get the vision. Like if I was to send this off to like a manufacturer, like this would be kind of like the vision of it. This was very messy. I feel like I could have did better. Up here, the phrase in the inside looked very handmade. Like it's not as clean in the inside. There's a lot of things that I feel like I would have done differently. But overall, yeah, this is the jumpsuit. I have a full video on this. I did do hems. Were these already pants? I can't remember if I made these out of pants or what. I can't remember what this was made out of. You guys will see in the video. I can't remember exactly. I think it was maybe it was pants and a dress, I think. I know for sure the orange thing was a dress, and it's crazy because I actually found another orange dress, literally the same material. I think I want to make something else like that. Not like this, but like something with that orange dress. So yeah, that's another piece that I actually made. Okay, this was another one that I feel like I actually liked, but I could have did better on. No, I think I got inspired by the singer Maya. Her like old school look, 90s look. And I had this like really oversized like grandma-ish dress, like Medea looking like dress, and I wanted to recreate it into something else. So I do have a closet recreations video on this as well. So the challenge was, I feel like the lining, I used the lining. There was things that I could have done differently on here. Like as you can see, I did not cut this part out. So it's not very clean in the inside. There are like frays in the inside. I probably could have put lining underneath this bottom part. Yeah, the dart on here I could have did a little bit better. In the back, the zipper was was kind of challenging to add into the side, because I needed a way to be able to get into the dress. But overall, I think I did okay for my first time. This was my first time making a dress like this. This was like a little off. Like I said, overall I feel like I did pretty good. Like I said, I love the print. I could have did this like slit on the side a little bit better. This was definitely a challenging project for me. It took me quite some while. I did drape on the mannequin when I did it. I really like the v-neck. I feel like the v-neck was very low. But yeah, this was a dress that I actually made. I think it's super cute. I might have to style this up and just like run this back one time, because I have not worn this. It's been a while since I've worn this. I don't even know if I've worn it since I made it. But like I said, another little challenging project for me. It's giving off that 90s Maya vibe, because I love me some Maya. Okay. Okay, next I made this, another kind of like Clueless set, which I thought was cute. This was like a really big, I think I did a closet recreations on this, but this was like a really big, like oversized like shirt. Like it looked like it could have been a medical shirt. So I literally took it because I really like the plaid print. It's giving like that Burberry vibe. But I made this little mini skirts, kind of like Clueless mini skirts. I added a zipper in the back. I actually had a zipper video that I made with this skirt and then I deleted it. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. I struggled to do the zipper though, but it ended up coming out pretty well once I got it down pat. I could have cleaned up the insides a little bit, but I feel like my stitching in the inside is pretty well. I didn't put any type of elastic in there because I didn't really want it to be like stretchy. I wanted it to just be like fitted really tight to my really tight to me. So yeah, this is what this looks like. I did hem the bottom. I can't remember if the shirt was already hemmed. It might have been. But yeah, so that was that. And then I actually made the matching set, I mean the matching top to go with it. It was already cropped. I mean, it was already had this like V neckline with this bias tape around it. I may go back and actually revamp this like neckline to just be something different. I don't know, it's better. I don't know, because it's really, I don't really like that bias tape around it. So I might just make it into something a little bit more modern. But yeah, I just cropped it and I took out the sleeves and I kind of made it like sleeveless, and I thought it was cute. I thought it came out cute. Like I said, I might rework it again just to kind of modernize it a little bit more, taking out that bias tape, doing something a little bit different. But yeah, that was the matching set that I made that I thought was super cute. So next, I also have these. I've had these for a long time in my wardrobe. I literally came across these Levi's. I love Levi's. If Levi's is watching this, please sponsor me. Like, I'm ready to just be sponsored by Levi's so bad. But I don't even know what number these are. But yeah, I love when I thrift Levi's. So these were a Levi jean, and I ended up cropping them into like this really cute, I ended up cropping them into these really cute shorts. I didn't like distress them or anything. I just left them as is. But the purple is so bomb. I love me some purple. I just thought these were so cute. They're different. So yeah, you can find some really unique stuff at the thrift stores, especially like Levi's. I can always find me a good vintage Levi jean at the thrift store. If you guys want me to do a like how to thrift video, I'm definitely going to do one. Okay, so next, another little purple set. You guys probably have seen this. I've actually posted it on my Instagram. It's one of the sets that I just love. I actually have a full video on how I made this, I believe. But yeah, I made this. This was again back in that Kim K era. I had thrifted this fabric, so I ended up thrifting this fabric, and I just love the knit, like the purple knit of it. So I ended up making this really long, like stretchy skirt, like pencil skirts. It's really long, really stretchy, really form-fitted. Somebody actually asked me like, are you gonna sell that? I never ended up like selling these, but I thought that would be pretty cute, honestly. And then I ended up just making like this little crop top that was kind of inspired by that, you know, that Kim K era that was going on. And I just, yeah, made this little crop top. I thought it was super cute. I don't know why this is twisting, but I thought it was super cute. I just did all raw hems. I think it came out pretty well. I ended up doing like a little just hemming at the bottom, and then like everything else was just raw because I felt like it would be doing too much. It would make this smaller if I tried to like hem everything, and I just didn't want that hemming look on the top. So yeah, I hemmed the waistline. I didn't put any elastic in here. That was the only thing, but this was already stretchy, so I didn't feel like it was needed. And then raw hem at the bottom as well. So what else? Okay, another thing. This is insane. This was something that I actually upcycled. I don't think I ever showed me upcycling this, but I thrifted these, which is insane because I literally get sponsors. I get PR from Giorgio Armani, from Armani Beauty now. So this is insane that years ago I actually thrifted this Giorgio Armani vintage piece for the archive. Okay, I will never get rid of this. But yeah, I ended up, these were like too big for me, so I tried to make them smaller. But when I tried to make them smaller, I think I ended up cutting too much and ended up making them too small. So I feel like yeah, I don't know, maybe I might go back and try to take this out. I don't like how I put this like strip in there, because I was like, oh my gosh, I cut too much. And yeah, it just, I don't know. I'm definitely gonna go back in and fix the zipper. I tried to like tailor these to fit me. It's something that I definitely, as you guys can see, there's a lot of frays. Silk is very hard to work with, so there's a lot of fraying, just stuff that I need to fix up. I definitely, like I said, now that I kind of know what I'm doing, I don't feel like I really knew what I was doing at the time. I was just experimenting. But now that I know, I might try to go back in and rework these again and make them fit. The bottoms need to be hemmed because they kept coming unhemmed. As you guys can see, I tried to do a blind hem because this is silk, so I didn't want the hem to actually show. Very, very hard technique, by the way, so I'm gonna have to go back in and try to do that with hand sewing. And then these just need to be like pressed out, but I love these so much. They're so cute, but they definitely need some work. They need some work, but that's just a part of my sewing journey, okay? What's next? Okay, so I've also made some cropped blazers and I've sewed them. These are really simple like DIY projects. It's crop blazers. I'll do a tutorial on it if you want me to, as well with the crop button-ups, okay? But this one is a crop blazer. I literally just hemmed it at the bottom. I feel like that hem could have been a little bit like, it could have been better. I could have like made it smaller. But yeah, this is what that looks like. Super simple. It was a big oversized blazer. I just cropped it and hemmed it. So that's one piece that I've actually done. I've actually also done another crop one, and I did these years ago. I did these when I started Timeless Takara. So these were all pieces for Timeless Takara that I just didn't end up selling. But this one is another crop blazer. I never ended up actually hemming this one because I kind of wanted it to be cropped really, really short, like right before you hit like the boob. So yeah, this is what this one looks like. So that was like a no-sew. And then I also did another project which I was like obsessed with, because I've like been waiting for this to find a home for the longest. And this was like one of the first projects I made too for Timeless Takara when I first launched Timeless Takara. And it's this cropped like pinstriped button down. I never ended up hemming it. I don't know if I'll ever go back and hem it, but I kind of like the raw edge of this. And when it was all just one button up and a men's button down shirt, my bad. And then I made this little skirt to go with it. So it never ended up finding a home yet, but hopefully it finds a home. It's so cute. I do feel like I might go back and take this out and put like maybe like a blue just so you can't see that white, because I don't like that. I feel like that's kind of obnoxious. But yeah, I love how you can like wear this so many different ways. But yeah, definitely might actually take out that white, put like a really dark color. And this does have an elastic waistband in it as well, as y'all can see. So yeah, I thought this set was really, really cute. So I made all three of those for Timeless Takara. I also, y'all know, this is another project that I did for Timeless Takara. I ended up keeping it. I have a video on this as well. I upcycled I can't remember what it was. I think it was like a dress, an old dress or something. But I made this, it was like a really, really big dress. I made it slim, made it tight, made it more like that influencer style. I really love the water print colors on this. Y'all know I love stuff like this. Like, I just love prints like this. And yeah, it just was really, really cute. I loved how it had like this ruching effect. I didn't have to sew any of this. I really just kind of like cut it. I have a video on it, so yeah. I upcycled this, so there is a video of this on my channel as well. And it is still for sale, so I'm still going to be selling this. Like, if you guys see something in here that you want to buy that I said Whisper Time is Takara, it's for sale. So yeah, the next thing I actually made, I have a video on this as well. I never put a tag in it. I need to actually order myself my own tags, like clothing tags, because I have like the hanging tags, but I need like some clothing tags. So I'm excited for that. We gonna get there, but I'm gonna definitely get some clothing tags. But so I made these. This was like when this like style was like really in, but it's these like I don't know how to explain it. It gives like that Cult Gaia inspired pants. So I had made these. I literally made these myself from scratch from this fabric that I had been bought a while ago. You guys know I have a fabric shopping video up here. If you guys didn't see it, I actually bought this fabric during that time, and I finally got around to making the fabric. I feel like I don't even think I have any more leftover fabric like this. I have a lot of fabric that I bought from there that I still have not even made any projects on. But yeah, so this was the pants. I think I did pretty good for the pants. I could have hemmed them, but I left them raw. I think the pants came out pretty good. I was actually surprised. Yeah, the pants came out pretty good. I could have did better with like cutting this part, making sure the elastic's not showing. But yeah, I put an elastic in there on the waistband, so the elastic technique. So yeah, I have the elastic technique, and then this I just cut like a square, like a rectangle, so that way I can like do like a top, but I can like wear it in different ways. So that is just, I didn't actually sew a top, I just cut this so that way I can have different ways that I can style this like scarf type of like top. So that is that. If you're wondering like why is it just one rectangle piece of fabric, it's because I'm able to just, I can do whatever type of top that I want to out of this little rectangle piece of fabric. So next I had this skirt that I had thrifted. It was actually way too big, but I love the like cowgirl effect to this, and it's just this fringe mini skirt that I thought was cute. It's actually really tight, but I really love the fringe effect. I haven't worn this in a while. I actually need to style this up. I don't know, it's really tight. I don't know if I want to make it like a little bit looser, but we'll see. It's really tight, or maybe I'll just cut it some more because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it's still too long. So I'm thinking maybe just cut it a little bit more so that way it's more mini, you know? I think that's what I might do. I need it to be a little bit more mini. So yeah, that's what I might do for that. But yeah, definitely sewed this in the inside. Let me see what the inside looks. This was a really easy sew. Did I ever cut out the end? Yes. So I just did like a sew. I know that's, did I? Yeah, I think I sewed this side or the other side, just a straight stitch. And yeah, so that was that. Okay, next was another timeless Takara piece that I never actually got rid of yet, but it's this dress. I have a video on this. It's a thrift flip that I did. It was just a regular dress. I just modernized it, put like a v-neck in it, put like an open back. I added a slit. I really love the print on this. I actually have like a here's the slit right here. I actually have a fruit dress that I was gonna upcycle, but I don't know if I'm gonna upcycle it or not yet. But it's long like this, but it has like really cute fruit on it. Like, it's such a cute print. And then I also have another like dress that I want to upcycle. I'm gonna show y'all another video of like of stuff I want to upcycle, and like we can like work together. You guys can say like, give me like your opinions on what you guys think I should create out of it as well. But yeah, I just haven't had a chance to get around to this stuff. So yeah, so that was another one of the pieces. So next I also created this little skirt out of a sweater, and I actually love this little skirt. I feel like I messed up on it, and then I ended up just improvising it and leaving it as is and letting it just be messy. And just leaving it authentically how it was, not trying to like force it. I didn't try to force it to like change it. I was like, okay, what can I do even though I feel like I messed up? What can I do? And I just left it as is, and it came out so cute. It's just like this like little slouchy, like it has that same knit as like that purple skirt that I have. And I feel like fabrics like this just look really well on me, like, and they just feel so comfy, but it's like still giving like that like sleek and sexy chic vibe. So yeah, but comfy, because I love to be comfortable when I'm wearing different pieces. So that is that. I have a video on me making that as well. Next, you guys know I have a video on this. I feel like I could have did better on this, but I was trying to work with what I had. I really wanted this to be thick. I really wish I didn't have to use this sweater lining. I probably could have went and got some different type of lining, but I wanted this portion of this to be thick. And I really wanted this fold over to be bigger, like kind of like think like a Victoria's Secret pink fold over. But I didn't have enough fabric, so I had to work with what I had. And overall, it came out okay. I feel like the stitching could have been better, but I really was improvising, and it came out cute. It still came out cute. Like I said, I had to work with what I had when it came to the upcycle, but I think it came out cute. Just a simple like tube top out of a shirt, an old shirt. And like I said, I wanted the fabric to be thick, so I ended up having to like line it with like a sweater, because me just leaving it like this by itself, it would have been see-through, and I was really going for the like thick like look, you know. So that was that. Next, I actually created matching mommy and me sets, which, like I said, I had to improvise. Some things I just feel like I could have did better on. Like this, I feel like I could have did better, but because it was like I didn't have enough material, it was like I had to work with what I could. Now I could have done these straps better. I have a loop turner now, so again, these straps should have been loop turned. They do have elastic in them, which I could have did a little bit longer and not had like that raw edge. But this was like just like a little jumpsuit, like a little shorts jumpsuit that I made for Zahara. Just super cute. This is what it looked like. I can't even remember. I made this out of its own jumpsuit. It was like a one-piece jumpsuit. So I took the fabric from the original big one-piece jumpsuit, made her a little jumpsuit, and then I made me like a little shorter one. And I was gonna put straps on mine, but I didn't. Like I said, I didn't have enough fabric. I had to improvise. There was some little, kind of like little tearing on the thread. Like the thread is kind of like shredding. So I just had to work with what I had. This belt was already there, so I kind of just used that. I cut the pants into, and I used the bottom pant part to make Zahara's jumpsuit. I could have hemmed this, but I didn't, so that was something I feel like I could have done. And I really had to improvise up here, which I may go back and add. I don't know if this has like flat elastic in it. I don't know, I may change the elastic on that. But yeah, overall, this is how this little red jumpsuit came out that I made for me and Zahara a while back. I think it was last summer I made this. So yeah, but it came out super cute. It gives like that 70s vibe with that little belt. And then you guys know I made this infamous dress out of a jacket. This was like one of my dream dresses. There were things that I could have did differently, but I just had to improvise. I wish this fabric would have like been more sturdier. How could I have made it more sturdier? Maybe added some type of lining so that it stayed up. But overall, when I put it on, it does stay up. But this came out so freaking cute. I love this dress. I feel like this is going to be such a cute fall dress. It's just like really soft. It has like that suede material. I really love like the zigzag stitching on it. Super cute. Again, could have worked on the insides a little bit better. There's things that I do need to cut out of here that I didn't. Overall, I think I did pretty good on this dress. It's like a little custom out of a jacket that I made, and yeah, it fits me. So I thought that was cute. I really love this though a lot. It just kind of gives off my personality. It kind of explains my personality perfectly. Next, I don't know if I ever showed you guys, I actually made, and I want to make my daughter more stuff. I made my daughter this little Barbie jumpsuit. I think I had to take that video down because copyright issues, but I'm gonna try to find it, re-put it back up. Maybe if I can, I'm gonna have to put like music over it and re-put it back up. But yeah, I made her this little jumpsuit out of a Barbie shirts. So yeah, this was really cute, really easy to make, and I'm gonna have to re-upload that video because YouTube. Next, I ended up making this dress, which was a challenge. I must admit, it was a challenge. It was just this, I made this from scratch. It does have lining in it, so as you guys can see, I lined it with black lining. I did a high neck, which was really cute. I actually, the lining was not hard to add once I figured it out, and it's just a long black dress from this really pretty like floral material, and I thought it was super cute. I do have a video on this, so I'm going to link it so you guys can check it out. But yeah, I thought it was super cute. I think I actually feel like I did a pretty good job on this. The making the like halter type look was a little bit challenging with like the sides. So that's something that I'm definitely gonna, I think, practice and continue to work on, this like silhouette. But overall, I don't think I did too bad on this one. This was it. I think it came out pretty okay. I think it came out pretty good. Next, you guys know I recently upcycled, well, not upcycled, but altered my jumpsuit. I did the sides. This was a jumpsuit that I got off TikTok shop. So if you guys want to purchase it, I will link it. But yeah, I just made it tighter. I have a video on this. I did not sew the whole jumpsuit. I just had to make it tighter. These I need to actually, I was deciding on if I was going to cut out. But yeah, I just did a simple zigzag stitch alteration. And then I altered the sides to make it tighter. I altered this side to make it tighter so that it scrunches me tighter because I have a small petite frame. So I needed to make sure it was snatched on my little petite tot. Okay. Next, I actually upcycled this Dodgers jersey for DJ Quick and his daughter. I was promoting their music video and their new like single that they had out, their song that they had together. He has a daughter. Yes, DJ Quick has a daughter. So I already had this in the wardrobe that I was going to actually sell on Thomas Takara. I was going to sell the jersey because I had thrifted it. I was going to sell it, and then I ended up not selling it. I ended up keeping it because I still needed to add a button, which I never got around to adding the button. I still need to go back and add the white button, which I do have some white buttons, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. But I still ended up upcycling it for the reel that I created to promote their song, and it came out super cute. So it looks weird when it's like not on. Again, these sleeves could have been a little bit better because it's really tight, but like I said, I had to improvise. I was on a time crutch. I did not cut anything in the inside because I was like, I might take this out and make it into something else too. So I wanted to give myself the ability to like, if I wanted to seam rip this and create something else, I could, and add the zipper. So but yeah, I did sew this. That was a really fun project. Then I also altered these pants. They were actually a size 4. You guys know I'm like a 210, so I just altered the inside of these like work slacks for, I had a styling gig that I had to do. So I ended up altering these, and I ended up altering them on the side. Again, I feel like I could have did a little bit better with the altering, but it came out okay. It came out okay. It's still, but yeah, I feel like these black slacks, they were easy, came out okay. It took me a few times to actually just get that fit down pack on the side to fit without it looking awkward, like, you know. But overall, this was an easy little alteration that I did on these black slacks. And, you know, I feel like oh my goodness, I just dropped all that stuff. I feel like you can never go wrong with just having that pair of black slacks in your wardrobe. And then last but not least, you guys know I have other projects that I've sewn. I'm going to link all those videos here so you can check them out, watch them yourself. But like I said, they're not with me anymore. They're to their owners. So, but yeah, the most recent thing that I've actually made is my birthday dress. I have a video on this. This was actually one of the most like outrageous, challenging things that I've ever made. So just improving on my designing, really challenging myself to do the more like gowny stuff. Corset, I did not make the corset myself. I actually bought it pre-made, but everything else I actually did. Like I did the skirt, I did the zipper, I actually hand sewed the applique onto the dress. I created the mesh top for the dress and actually sewed it onto the corset. So there's a lot of things that I actually did. I could have did a raw hem at the bottom. Again, I'm probably going to cut this. Made this skirt myself from the fabric shopping video that I'll put up here. There was another dress that I was gonna make with this. I still have fabric, so I still might make something different, but overall I think I did pretty well. So this is the most recent project that I've done, and I'm just excited to see where I take my sewing and my designing next. Like I said, I really want to challenge myself to just make more elaborate things. I'm still trying to find my signature as a designer. I'm still learning, I'm still experimenting. I would love to know what you guys want to see as far as like what type of sewing tutorials you guys want to see on the channel. What type of things do you guys want to see me actually make and create? What type of techniques that do you guys want to learn? Like what type of designs would you guys like to see from me, like as a designer? Like like what would you guys want to see from me. Like I'm thinking, I really am leaning toward, I really enjoyed making that gown and really enjoyed making that party dress, and I really feel like ready to wear is going to be my thing as well. But I really want to make beautiful pretty dresses as well. Like I really feel like that's something that I love, and I still love jumpsuits and matching sets. Like I really still love stuff like that too. So yeah, I'm experimenting. I'm definitely gonna see what I want to eventually offer as a designer, in the process of me still, you know, working on my craft, because I want to bring professionalism to whoever I'm designing for. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep going at it. But hopefully you guys, this kind of inspired you and inspires you to take action and not be afraid to like create, because I think that's the most important thing when it comes to being a designer. You can't just do all this studying and stuff. You really need to get in there, get hands-on, not be afraid to not have a perfect design the first time around. Because that's, if you want to be a real seamstress, a real designer, a real sewer, you have to be okay with the messy. Like sewing and designing is messy. It's not perfection. Like it's messy. Like you have to go in there, mess up, do it over again. And that's how it works. Like you can't just be like, oh my god. If you did not cry as a designer or a sewer, you're really not sewing for real. If you do not get frustrated, if you do not use that seam ripper, if it doesn't get messy, if you aren't shedding blood, sweat, and tears, you're not really sewing, you're not really designing. You're not really being a tailor, you're not really being a seamstress. And that's going to be for a separate video. We're definitely going to talk about that, because I think people always want to learn this skill, but they're just afraid to get messy. You can't be afraid to get messy, get down deep in the dirty, get gritty, to the nitty gritty, do the work, okay? You can't be afraid of that side of it, because that's what comes with the craft and learning the craft. So yeah, that is my journey. As you guys can see, I'm pretty sure you guys can see nothing in this as of things that I've made is perfect. Like I said, there's things that I want to go back and change and work on and just practice. And there are more things that I want to create and get better at, experiment with and try. And there's still things that I want to learn. So that is all for now. I hope this video inspired you to take action and just inspired you in general and helped you out a little bit to just get started. Hopefully my future videos to come will help you out. That's all I have for now. If you guys want to see me do a video on things that I want to upcycle and make, I'll do one. We'll do like a sit down, go through some things. I know somebody said they wanted me to do like an inspiration, like what inspires me and the challenges that I have as a designer. So I'm definitely going to create that video as well. But yeah, until the next one, don't forget to leave your thoughts, your opinions, your requests down below. Make sure you like this video, share it. Hopefully it helps some designer friends out. And until the next one, I love you guys, and I will see you at the top. Peace.